Hello and welcome to today's maths lesson. In today's lesson we are going to be investigating multiples. Okay, I want you to think about that word for me. We will know that we have been successful if we can generate statements about multiples of a number, if we can say if a statement is true or false and justify our reasoning, and if we can use words such as factor, product and multiple in our explanations. So as usual, you are going to need a whiteboard and a pen or some pencil and a piece of paper, and then we can get started. Okay. So let's start off by revising what these words actually mean. A factor is a number that divides into another number exactly and without leaving a remainder. So for example, 2 and 3 are factors of 6 because 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Can you write down factors of 12? So pause the video and have a go at writing down some factors of 12. Remember, numbers that divide into 12 exactly without leaving a remainder. Okay, let's see what you came up with. So you could have written down 1 multiplied by 12, 2 multiplied by 6, and 3 multiplied by 4. So 1, 12, 2, 6, 3 and 4 are all factors of 12 because they all divide into 12 equally. Okay. You might want to have a go and try to find factors of other numbers. You can do that at the end of this video. So a multiple. Now we should all know what multiples are, but let's just refresh our memory. A multiple is really just extended times tables. So the multiples of 2 are all the numbers in the 2 times tables, such as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. So together now, let's see if we can revise our understanding of multiples of 6. We will do my turn, your turn, and we will alternate. Okay, so are you ready? 6, 18, 30, 42, 54, 66. Okay. And finally a product. A product is the result you get when you multiply 2 numbers together. So for example, 18 is the product of 6 multiplied by 3, because 6 times 3, or 6 multiplied by 3, is 18. So can you now pause the video and see if you can write down multiplication sums which would produce a product of 20. So for example, you could have written 2 times 10 and 4 times 5, or 2 multiplied by 10 and 4 multiplied by 5, because they would all produce, a product of 20. And again, see if you can write down other multiplication sums which produce products of different numbers. Okay, so now we've revised our understanding of factors, multiples and products, we're going to move on. So, very quickly, 3 questions in 3 bubbles that utilise those words. Is 35 a multiple of 7? Yes it is, because 7 multiplied by 5 is 35. What is the 5th multiple of 6? Well, let's do our 6 times tables. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So, what is the 5th multiple of 6? It is 30. And finally, what's the product of 8 and 4? Remember the word product? So what do we need to do? We need to multiply 8 by 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Well done. So, multiples and products. We're going to try and use all of these words to generate statements today as we move through this lesson. So this is Pom, and he's going to help us today. He has a large space on his tummy for a multiple to appear. Okay, so we are going to see a multiple of a number appear on Pom's tummy, and we are going to see if we can generate statements about that number that appears on his belly. Let's have a look. So for example, now we're not going to count in multiples of 10, we're not going to count in multiples of 2, and we are not going to count in multiples of 5, because you know those times tables. We are going to have a go at counting in multiples of 6. Okay, let's have a look. And you can join in and do this with me. So, here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78, 84, 90, 96. Why is the 96 the largest two-digit multiple of 6? Pause the video and discuss that with somebody in your household. Okay, so why is 96 the largest two-digit multiple of 6? Because if we continue to count in multiples of 6, what's going to happen? We're going to cross that 100 barrier, and then we are going to start to get into three-digit numbers. Okay, well done. So now you need to have a pencil and a piece of paper, or if you have a whiteboard and whiteboard pen ready. So here we have a multiple. We have the number 48 in Pom's belly. Okay. And I am going to bring up some statements that will generate that multiple. Okay, and here is one for us. Let's have a look. It is the 6th multiple of 8, because 6 times 8 is 48. And there's that word multiple. It is the 12th multiple of 4, because 12 times 4 gives us 48. And there's that word multiple again. It is not a multiple of 5. And how do we know that? Well, if we look at the number 48, it ends in an 8. What do we know about numbers in our 5 times tables? What do they end in? They all end in a 5 or in a 0, don't they? So that cannot be a multiple of 5. And finally, it is the multiple of 6 after 42. Well, let's check that. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. Okay? So all of these statements have been generated around this number, this multiple. Okay. Can you think of any other statements that you could make about the number 48? Does it appear in any other times tables? Could you generate a statement about that multiple? You can pause the video and have a go. Okay. You could have said it is also the product, there's that word product, of 8 and 6, because 8 multiplied by 6 gives us 48, doesn't it? Okay, pencil and paper ready. The number 36. So I'm going to pause the video now. I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can generate some statements using words such as product and multiple and factors. Okay, have a go. Let's have a look. Right, now we're going to play true or false. So what I want you to do now is pause the video, and with somebody in your household or on your own if you prefer, see whether you can prove those statements to be true or false. Okay, let's have a look. It is the 4th multiple of 9. Let's do our 9 times table, shall we? Let's challenge ourselves a little bit. So, 9, 18, 27, 36. That is true. It is the 6th multiple of 6. 6 times tables, let's go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Also true. It is the 12th multiple of 3. Well, we know that 10 times 3 is 30, so let's count on from there. 30, 33, 36. There we go. And it is the multiple of 4 before 40. Let's count in our fours. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, because the next multiple would be 40, wouldn't it? Well done. How do we know? Because we use our knowledge of our times tables to help us. Okay, get your pencil and paper ready because we're going to try again. Let's play true or false. Here we go. Multiple is 42. Okay, it is the 14th multiple of 3. It is the 7th multiple of 6. It is the second multiple of 21. And it is the first multiple of 4 after 40. So again, pause the video, use your knowledge of your times tables. So in this case, our 3 times table, our 6 times table, our 2 times table if you wanted to, and our 4 times table to see whether you can prove these statements true or false. Pause the video. Okay, let's have a look. It is the 14th multiple of 3. So we could count in our 3's up to the 14th multiple, but let's start at 10 times 3. 10 times 3 is 30. Let's count on 4 more lots of 3. 30, 33, 36, 39, 42. So that statement is true. It is the 7th multiple of 6. Let's do our 6 times tables. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, also true. It is the second multiple of 21. Well, double 21 is 42, well done. And it is the first multiple of 4 after 40. So if we've got to 40 in our 4 times table, what's the next multiple going to be after 40? It's going to be 44, isn't it? So this one actually is false. Let's have a look. True, 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 and false. Well done. Okay, here we go. How many questions can you answer in 16 seconds? So on the next slide I'm going to show you some questions and you will have 16 seconds to answer those questions. See if you can answer all of them. Are you ready? Okay, now if you needed to, you could take the video back and have a look at those questions again. How many did you get right? Let's have a look. 24, 35, 54 and 56. And again, how do we know? We use our knowledge of the times tables, don't we, to answer those questions and to prove those statements true or false. Okay, here is a challenge for you now to end today's lesson. I would like you to investigate prime numbers. So what is a prime number? And if you think you already know, what I would like you to do is investigate how many factors a prime number has. What do you notice about the factors of a prime number? And what you can do is you can send your answers to me on Purple Mash over email and let me know how you get on. Remember, keep practicing your times tables, particularly the ones that you aren't quite sure of. The ones that you know, you can leave, get onto those harder ones, your 6s, your 7s, your 8s and your 9s. And remember, you can always go back and watch this lesson again. Well done.